What's going on, ladies and gentlemen in lay ties? I got a bunch of sugar honey iced tea to talk about today. You do not want to miss this show. Over a dozen restaurants in Arizona were raided by ICE for doing some shenanigans that you couldn't even imagine. And what do you know? There's no confrontations. Speaking about crazy, we got a lunatic Democrat also out of Arizona who called a bunch of teen girls the C word, and he definitely lost his job, but we got to talk about that. But before all of that, Ilhan Omar in this fake attack. This the fakest stuff I ever seen in my life. Welcome to the Austin Tatum Show.
If you don't believe that we are in a fight today, you're sleeping under a rock. If you get hit and you lay down and you cry and you fold up in the corner, definitely you will not win the fight. We show up to win. Our culture needs a lot of you young people in here to step up and stand out. There is nothing or no principality, power, division, devil can stop us when we're united. They can only get you when you're divided. When I see the American flag, I see us progressing to something that can be awesome and great. And if you don't plan on winning then, you might as well go on the day.
Gentlemen, ladies, welcome back to the Austin Tatum Show. Give a big shout out to Verdict. We already blown past half of all of our inventory, almost gone. So if you want to get Verdict and you want to ship to you, I think we're shipping out tomorrow. You better get your Verdict today or you're going to have to wait a little bit because we have to restock. We're going to put it back in pre-order status once we sell out completely, and then you're going to have to wait until our next wave comes in. But if you want to be the first one to get it, you want to have first dibs on the Verdict, which is the best bourbon that I've ever tried. You want to get on to verdictreservespirits.com. We'll put the link in the description section, Verdict Reserve Spirits, and get you some. Make sure you drink responsibly, and you must be 21 and over to enter. And let me say this, too, for all you fake Christians out there that never read your Bible. Quit acting as if it's somehow against God for there to be the presence of alcohol. Drunkenness is a sin, not alcohol. The abuse of the abuse of the item or object or whatever you consume or you wear or possess is the sin. Jesus made turn water to wine. What does that mean? It wasn't just any wine, it was the best wine. On Passover, or not on Passover, but on the Sabbath, Jewish people keep the Sabbath. Jesus kept the Sabbath. What did they do on the Last Supper? They celebrated with wine. And getting drunk is the problem. The love of money. Money is not the problem. The love of money is the problem. Some of y'all as big as a house talking about drinking. Well, you eating all that food is a problem too. And food ain't a problem. Somebody got mad at me because they go, Brandon, you promoting alcohol. It's like, that's like if I promote some food on here. Is that wrong to promote food because some of y'all can't handle your appetite and you overindulge? It actually makes no sense. It's like I can't promote firearms because some people don't know how to act with guns. I'm contributing to people's death. Somebody said this, and I'm going to move on, but somebody said that, Brandon, my uncle or my family member died from alcoholism, and it's wrong that you did. Yeah, people, the biggest leading cause of death is heart disease, diabetes, and obesity. So people not supposed to talk about food because people don't know how to not overindulge? Y'all got to stop being so legalistic. The problem is overindulgence and not doing right by the things that God has put on this earth for you to enjoy. There's nothing wrong with you taking a little sip here and there. If it becomes an issue to you, you need to back off of it. If you cannot drink responsibly, you don't need to be drinking at all. But y'all got to stop being, I don't know, the internet Christians or something. Go read your Bible, okay? But let's get into the subject at hand. Ilhan Omar with the fakest, I don't know what to call this, a hate crime or yeah, it's so much to unpack here. Let's just watch the first iteration of this. And you just tell me, I may be setting you up for biases, but just tell me, does this look like a real act of violence toward Ilhan Omar? Or does this look staged? Y'all tell me in the comments section. Roll the clip.
ICE cannot be reformed. It cannot be rehabilitated. We must abolish ICE for good. and DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment.
That's the fakest sugar honey iced tea I've ever seen.
Oh my God, he sprayed something on her.
I need a napkin to know nothing.
No, we'll go.
No, we will continue.
No. Ilhan, you need to go get checked. No,
We will continue this. We're not going to get away with
you need
it.
to go get checked. No, you don't know what. That's whatever it is smells so bad. She needs to go get checked.
Whatever it is smells so
I
bad.
don't know
That's
what that
that's
was.
what they want. Please don't let them have
It's
it.
not about him, Ilhan. Ilhan, it's not about him. It's about your safety. No, he sprayed something on you. You need to go get checked. Yeah, and it smells terrible.
We're going to keep talking. Just give me 10 minutes. Just give me 10 minutes. I beg you. Please don't let them have the show. Please don't let them have the show. Please don't let them have the show. Please don't let them have the show.
The show.
Here is the reality that people like this ugly man don't understand. We are Minnesota strong, and we will stay resilient in the face of
We got
whatever.
other clips. Let's go to some of the other clips. Let's skip the news clip and let's go to some of the other clips, and then we get back to the news clip. Just look at these angles. Now, let me say this because people get mad at me. I condemn any act of violence towards anybody. I can't stand this little raghead fool. I can't stand her. You know, I want nothing to do. I think she's a devil. And on that day, when the Lord break the sky, she ain't gonna make it. But I don't condone people being wusses and cowards and attacking people like this. You go face off on somebody if you really want to get about that business. You don't go and attack them while they're not looking at all of those coward stuff. I don't agree with none of that. So if this was real, I think that guy should go to jail. They should have beat him up on the side over there, the security guys. But I know it's not real. So let's stay in reality here. Come on, play this clip.
Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment.
Look at this stuff. He sprayed her and backed off into the security's arms. Man, what kind of, man, go back. He could have ran up and pushed her or something. He could have ran up and squirted her and was right in her face right here, squirt her and say, da-da-da-da-da. He squirts and then, where the security guy at? Catch me, bro. Catch me. I just did a crime. Catch me. Come to find out, he didn't spray her with nothing. Bro, the clip. Man, time out. Think about this. God dang it, these people are so silly. If the security guy wasn't in the corner, where was he going to go? Think about this. Was he going to keep doing this? Ilhan Omar. He gonna go out the back door. Ilhan Omar. He didn't try to run. He didn't look at nobody. He didn't do nothing. He backed into the arms of the security guy. He sprayed her and was like, he didn't even look back. Like almost he knew that he was gonna get caught in the arms of a security guy. He didn't even resist or nothing. What was his goal? If it was to hurt her, he'd have put something real in the syringe. If it was the attacker, he could have walked up and slapped her. If it was really to do that and get out of there, he would have fought and resisted. And I'm going to tell you guys why this is going to end up being another burger. I'm going to tell you why here in a second. Finish the clip. Nobody's moving. Nobody's running. Nobody's alert. Ilhan Omar attacks a guy. She goes after him. After he sprayed her with a substance, she goes after him. Nobody would react like that. If somebody sprayed me at a show, I'm like, oh, I better get out of here because how do I know there's not more assailants? How do I know there's not more, it's poison or some type of acid or something somebody sprayed on me? I'm not going to get sprayed and then run after the guy. I ain't trying to attack him. I'm walking up to him. It's so fake, it's crazy. Roll the clip.
Representative Omar, are you okay?
I'm gonna go figure if I am, but I feel okay. I feel that it is important for people, whether they are in elected office or not, to allow these people to intimidate us, to make us not fight for our constituents and for the country we love. And as I said, I've survived war, and I'm definitely going to survive intimidation and whatever these people think they can throw at me, because I'm built that way.
A dude squares you with some water, and you built that way. Here's another angle. I don't always trust angles because you never know where their eyes at, but just look at it and tell me, do you think even this is slightly suspicious? The guy's head that's in the frame with the glasses on is the guy who got up. Roll it.
Dropping kids off at school, picking them up, helping your neighbors get to and from doctor's appointments. All of that is seen and necessary, and we thank you so much for the work that you're doing. I was asked to talk today mostly about kind of things that we're working on in this time period. So in Minnesota, the legislature isn't in yet. We go back in about 2.5 weeks, but we have still been working really hard with our executive partners in the governor's office to make sure that we are trying to protect people in Minnesota. So we're I was asked to talk today.
Now, some people do glance at stuff. Maybe the dude is awkward and weird, and he so happened to look at her. She looking at him because he's weird. That's a possibility. But when you put it all together, it's kind of interesting, isn't it? She's glancing and looking at this guy that's sat right there in an unobstructed position, and he never did anything to her. Roll the clip. Look at him. And time out. Put this in perspective. What is his grievance? What was his grievance, right? After he said something about a Republican politician, he's at a Democrat event, and he really expresses no grievance. Wait till I show you pictures of his social media and his kids, and then you tell me what grievance does he have against her. Let's get to the next clip.
Yeah, look, number one, everybody ought to condemn any kind of political violence and political intimidation, whether it's happening to a Democrat or happening to a Republican. And that would go for the president, it would go for members of Congress. Everybody ought to condemn all political violence and all political intimidation, and so we should in this case. The other thing that jumps out to me tonight is, and we've talked about this before in unfortunate circumstances, most members of Congress are out in the open. They do not have great security.
I mean, that is terrifying how easily he could approach her.
They're not treated like the president. We're used to seeing the president and all the Secret Service and all that. Most members of Congress, vast majority of them, have very little security at all, and they really are out in the open, and all it takes is one crazy person or hateful person or whatever to approach them. So we should keep that in mind. We have a lot of tough political debates and tough political fights, but we're all human beings here, and these human beings who are in elected office are often in very insecure environments.
So let me add something to this because I think it's important, okay? This is one of the reasons why I created Black Line Security Operations. We specifically support members of Congress. We got a few members of Congress that we support already, or that we in the works of supporting, and we do all of that. Members of Congress, what people don't understand is members of Congress, especially in the House of Representatives, they get $20,000 a month for their security outside of the Capitol. And we have encouraged members of Congress that they need to take advantage of that security. It's free money to you. The government has it allotted for you anyway. So you need to take advantage of that and have adequate security. And let me just say this too. Put me on the screen. And this is Black Line Security Operations, which is the security company, and we protect Nick Shirley and a whole bunch of other people. But just having security is not enough. You need to have adequate security. You need to have people that won't let somebody run up on stage and throw something at you or spray something on you without getting knocked unconscious. So I encourage every member of Congress, if you have not found security yet, you got money allocated for your security by the United States government for these very reasons. Go to Black Line Security Operations. Click the form at the top. Put me back on the screen. Click the contact form. Contact form will take you here. Fill in the information. Send us a note. Tell us, what your security needs. We'll have a security professional reach out to you. You can put them back on the screen. And we'll assess what you need. A lot of the Congress people that we're in communication with, we're assessing them. We do a threat assessment, an online threat assessment, so we know exactly what the threat level is. And then from there, we curate a plan specifically for you. And I want to add this before I get to the zippy or the zips, is that this is not just for Congress members. We just so happen to have a division for Congress members. This is also for pastors, also for other leaders in the community. This also goes for journalists, anyone that need executive protection. And the executive protection is not always you got a body person with you everywhere you go. Executive protection can mean augmented protection, which means that if you go somewhere and you want somebody to stay behind with your family when you're traveling, or you want somebody to meet you on the side of travel when you go into these leftist lunatic states, all of that is operational through Black Line Security. And I'll add this, influencers that we're helping and supporting, and I'll fly them on the screen real quick. Hold on, not yet. I'll fly them on the screen real quick so you guys can see. These are some of the influencers that we are supporting. And you could choose to pick an influencer that you want to specifically give your money to, or you could go to the donate page, and then you could see where you could support to the general fund, which means that you don't have a specific person you want to support, but you want to support people who need security that cannot afford it. People who need training, you name it, we support it, okay? That's Black Line Guardian Fund. The Black Line Guardian Fund is the 501c3. Black Line Security is the operational arm of security. All right. So let's get to this zippy. Hold on, we got breaking news? Or am I tripping? Let's get to the Zips raid that happened right here in Arizona. Let me see, it looked like we got breaking news. Oh, let's put that clip on the screen. We just got a clip of CNN saying it was apple cider vinegar that was sprayed on Ilhan Omar. Roll the clip.
News just into CNN. We were talking about the attack on Congresswoman Ilhan Omar at a town hall just a moment ago. Just into CNN right now, police believe the substance that was sprayed at her by this 55-year-old man was apparently apple cider vinegar. Again, you see the video there. Omar responding by saying that she will not be intimidated. You see the man being tackled there. He has since been arrested and is facing criminal charges. We have a judge.
Now, apple cider vinegar. What was his goal? Staged. Let's just. I think it was staged. Maybe it wasn't. It's a possibility that it wasn't. I think it's staged. Somebody said help with kidney stones. He should have sprayed it in her mouth, maybe. Who would go through that entire trouble? Oh, this is what I was going to tell you guys. This is important. Let me tell you why this could be staged and a person can go to jail and they'll be okay with it. They're not going to prosecute him for anything other than disorderly conduct. And Ilhan Omar, at the end of the day, has a right to say she want to prosecute against him or not. Now, she could do that in the quiet. He'll be let out of jail. Nobody ever know. But the lie that went around the world of her getting attacked, in my opinion, will be already out there before anything manifests. He didn't do anything harmful against her but disorderly conduct. Now, maybe they charge him with something higher. I will see if they hold on to the prosecution of any legitimate charges, and the dude will be out in no time, and nobody's going to talk about it anymore. But it signals a threat or a attack on her to try to balance out the attacks that all other Republican politicians have had. Let me show you real quick the kids. I want to throw that in there real quick. Just put this on the screen. This also is kind of interested in motive. This guy looked like he had trans kids and stuff. LGBTQ AARPs. Let's go to the other clip of his son, I think, that's named Drew. That's a girl now. They. How you gonna be a she and a they? They tripping, boy. They be making up all kinds of stuff. But that allegedly is his daughter. So what is he mad at Ilhan Omar about? For being a Muslim? That's not what he said. That's not what he posted. It's fake. All right, get to Zips. Zips in Arizona got raided like nobody's business. 38 arrests in this crackdown. I've never been to Zips. Maybe I went the one time, I don't know. I don't think I've ever been to Zips, but I see it all the time. They're all over Phoenix, Arizona. And so they went through methodically and busted Zips. And mind you, where are all the people out here getting shot by ICE? Where are they at? Where they at, y'all? Where they at, Shawty? Where they at? They look like they executed a successful raid, multiple locations, hit at one time, 38 arrests, nobody got shot. Roll the clip.
Breaking news, federal law enforcement currently executing search warrants at over a dozen Zips locations. It's a sports bar and restaurant across the valley. 12 News has crews at 7 Zips. This is Sky 12. This is the Zips at near Camelback and Miller in Scottsdale. And again, a federal law enforcement presence. We can't see a lot of activity there. Details are still limited, but the U.S. Attorney's Office tells us that Homeland Security agents are serving search warrants at those 15 locations based on an investigation into felony violations of federal laws. We're getting reports of similar scenes at other Zips locations, working to learn more information.
All right, we're going to head out to Gabriela Becerra. Gabby is live out at one of the locations in Phoenix. Gabby, which location are you at exactly, and what's happening there?
Crebe, we're at the Park Central location, and right now kind of a protest has formed outside of this Zips location. I'm going to step out of the way so you can have a closer look. We could see some federal agents inside of the restaurant. There's kind of a glare on the windows, so kind of hard to see exactly what they're doing. Appear to be kind of standing around in there right now. I can tell they have that HSI gear on, and some have face masks on. Out here, though, I'd say a couple dozen people have already started forming. What I'm told is that there was a protest, an anti-ICE protest happening just down the street when they got word that this was happening here at the Zips location. And so that protest moved this way. But a lot of these people are also people who tell me they were going to the gym that was right next door. So they're stopping just to see what's going on. Some of them joining the protest. And so we're still working to get more information out here. We've been talking to some of these people, and we'll share that with you as soon as we have it.
Yeah, I was wondering how people got out there as quickly as they did, but they were right down the street protesting, and so that's the one location out of 15.
Yeah, that's right. You know, we've been told that we don't know a lot, obviously now, but Homeland Security agents were serving search warrants into 15 locations there of Zip. So apparently, it's an investigation into some sort of felony violations of federal law.
Let me give y'all a hint, because I do this. You know what I mean? For you to get 15 locations, search warrants signed by a judge, they doing some arresting for some serious sugar honey iced tea. You cannot get signed search warrants to do a simultaneous raid, because a judge has to approve the simultaneous raids too. They not only have to approve with an affidavit of proof of probable cause of why you need to do what you're going to do. A lot of times, let me explain this just real quick, bro. Let me give me 45 seconds. You don't get a search warrant because a cop say, I think somebody doing something in there. You don't get a search warrant that way. A lot of times we have informants. We got people inside wearing wires, gathering information for years. And they compile all of that information into a document that they present to a judge. And the judge, with the probable cause statement that you have, they have to give authority to execute a warrant. And executing a warrant on one location isn't as hard as 2. Then you go to 3, 4, 5, 6, 15 locations at one time is exigent. You have to articulate very clearly that the reason that you want to hit this one and this at the same time is because there could be destruction of evidence or something of that nature once they find out that they hit one Zips, because it's a ring of Zips in a coordinated effort that are violating federal law. Now let's get to my brother from another mother with the salt and pepper. Let's get the salt and pepper and see what he got to say. Roll it.
They weren't aggressive. It's probably about like 20 of them that walked in, and they walked in and asked for leadership, and then the leadership, seamlessly walked around and explained to the patrons that we needed to close our tabs and leave. And I overheard, them indicating that the reason for being there was to investigate identity theft.
When I went over there to check the back what was going on, I saw the restaurant next door, Federico's, had already cleared out and locked up what was going on. I was coming back over and I was looking through the windows and I saw there were still people eating in there. One of the agents asked me if I was waiting for somebody to clear out of there. I said no, we literally just finished eating and we walked out when they started taping off the parking lot. And now that's where we're at right now.
And nobody's hurt. Nobody's assaulted. Nobody's get out of their way and let them do their job. And you know what's funny is that they said that they were investigating identity fraud. How do you not know that Zips was running a major identity fraud scam, getting the identities of hundreds of thousands of people in the Valley and sending your information and using your credit cards and all kind of stuff? And you stupid mofos will go out there and protest against them, and they are arresting people that defrauded you. This how stupid it has gotten. I swear God is my witness. They down the street, a guy has manipulated, mutilated, or something on a kid, and they out here protesting. Viva Triste, we want peace. Get out of our city. What are you saying? They not just getting search warrants because they want to eat chicken fried steak on the weekend. They are legitimately investigating crimes that a judge looked at and signed off on the arrest warrant and the use of force. Come on, give me some more clips. Give me some more clips. Look at them. Y'all ain't gonna make heaven acting like this. Roll it.
How do you guys do
Arrested for fraud. Us. Shame on you for arresting fraudulent money launderers that's stealing your identity and selling it. Half of the people out there are wondering why they can't file their taxes this year. Because somebody that stole your identity, but you out here mad when they arrest the people that stole your identity. Keep going.
At this point, it's still unclear what they were looking for. Now, there are a total of 15 Zips locations here across the Valley, 5 in Phoenix, 5 in Scottsdale, 1 in Glendale, 2 in Tempe, 1 in Chandler, and 1 in Gilbert, which is video that you're looking at right now. This is where I was for a good portion of the afternoon before coming to Tempe. We were in Gilbert with that similar situation happening. We saw HSI coming out of the Zips location, and some investigators were holding bags of stuff, but it's not clear what was inside those bags.
Of course it's not clear.
At one point, I spoke to an emotional employee who says she was asked questions, including her immigration status.
I don't know. They just came in, just like nothing. It's like we're looking for someone. We're looking for something. Someone's making fraud or something, whatever. I had no idea. I was cooking, and then they just like, you know what? We need everybody out. Like they got everyone out. Like everybody got so mad about it. Like why do we have to get out? And they were recording and stuff, but they just were rude.
They asked you your immigration status. And you shocked. Woman, English is your second language for sure. And you're shocked. If you're a citizen, just pull your ID out. But these people, roll the clip.
ABC 15 sat down with a former ICE agent who worked under different administrations, at one time even here in the Valley.
It is really unprecedented.
That's how Eric Odenius describes the scale of enforcement we've seen in places like Minneapolis. He says what happened with zips reminds him of investigations involving employment forms like I-9s, which require a specific warrant.
And if the judge signs off on it, that's their probable cause to go and search. They can contain the scene, they can interview everybody there, and they can arrest anybody that's there in violation of law. They can also search anywhere a person could reasonably be found.
He says serving coordinated warrants, like we saw Monday, takes planning and manpower. Tuesday, I reached out to Homeland Security and the U.S. Attorney's Office with a long list of questions, including how many people were detained. But our questions went unanswered. Monday, community members and even U.S. lawmakers shared a message. They're calling on Arizona leaders to take a stand and speak out. Hours later, Governor Katie Hobbs posted to social media saying she is in touch with federal officials and still gathering information on the purpose and scope of the raid. She expressed frustration with a lack of adequate notification.
Yeah. You want them to do a commercial? Let's do an ad on ABC 15 notifying the state that you're going to do a raid at Zips. Are you that stupid and dense? Clearly, they don't want it to get leaked. They're trying to hit 15 places at one time. What notification do you think they're going to give? Because y'all sorry self will be telling people and mess up the whole thing. Now, Grant, I'm going to need you to read this for me because it's the font is very small, and the people may not be able to see it, and I definitely can't see it. So, Grant, if you can read that, and this is a letter specifically from Zips, wrote a clip.
To our valued customers, we are aware that federal authorities executed court-authorized search warrants at a number of our locations on January 26 as part of an ongoing investigation. Federal officials have not shared details regarding the nature of the investigation, and no charges or allegations have been announced. We are cooperating fully with law enforcement and working closely with our attorneys to understand the scope of the inquiry. Because this is an active matter, we are unable to comment further at this time. Zip Sports Grill locations are currently closed, but we are working to reopen by the end of the week. We will notify our customers as soon as we resume normal operations. Over the past 24 hours, some individuals have gathered near our locations to demonstrate. We respect the right to peacefully expression and ask that everyone exercise caution and remain respectful of neighboring businesses, employees, and the surrounding communities. Thank you, Zip Sports Grill.
So I think that, thank you, Grant. I think that's reasonable, right? Cooperating investigation. They know they out here investigating them for a reason. That's how they got a search warrant at 15 locations. All right, now let's get to this fool, another fool in Arizona. Now, I want him to lose his job and his butt at the same time. And y'all know what that means. I need him to lose his job and go to jail at the same time. Why would a man... Now, I know why he would do this, because there's no other men around. Because if I ever seen a guy, not me, I just know of a guy, that if ever seen a guy do this, he'll get knocked out. I wouldn't do it, but I know a guy that'll do it. That if he saw somebody chasing women down and calling them these names because they took a picture with ICE and running up on these women, I could see him falling asleep with his arms stiff. I won't do it. I don't condone it. I just know a guy that would. Roll the clip.
Get upset. Don't record the girls. They're going to call their dads. Be ashamed of yourself.
Look at
Nasty girls who love ICE and take photos with them. Oh, yeah. You little... Often pick me up. They're taking photos of my face so they can recognize me on social media.
See how crazy these people are?
There we go. Okay. And that's what happens when you support racist.
Sir, do you think that makes you right to scream at women and call them a...
Come back, sir. You were so brave to talk to those women. I'm trying to talk to you.
I'm not talking to you.
But I want to talk to you.
So, don't say it, Brandon. You're live. So this ignorant fool, old as he is, he should know better. This fool, Mark Hollendick, I don't know how to say his name. I hope he loses his job and his butt at the same time. This fool is LD12, Democrat Executive Committee Treasurer. He was their treasurer for 2025-26. That means he just got on. He should never work again in a position of leadership representing the people ever again. I don't care if you're a Republican, a Democrat. You run down women and call them a C word because they took a picture with ICE is shameful. Now, not only am I saying this because I believe as a man or a person who's leading, you should never do something like this without losing your, but also, according to article of removal of office, here is what it says. Conduct towards others that could endanger one's safety, that could be considered bullying, abusive, threatening, or coercive, or that could be considered sexual harassment, assault, or violent. Those are things that you do to lose your job and your booty at the same time. And when you look at LD12 officer removal from office section, I believe that he has violated these things. He should never be able to serve as a representative. Now, he was also a part of a realtor company, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. And it's called HomeSmart. HomeSmart is aware of the incident in which one of our independent contracted agents acted unacceptably. This is not a reflection of HomeSmart's culture and values. The agent has been terminated and is no longer affiliated with Smart or HomeSmart. Thank y'all for doing the right thing. This is not council culture. This is called consequences for your actions. And I'll say this till I'm blue in the face. If you're a Republican and you run some girls down doing this because you deranged, y'all hope you lose your job and your at the same time. And I hope it happened right here in Maricopa County. All right, let's get to some other clips here. The boss contact. I want y'all to go on if you feel passionate about this, and I want you to call his boss and tell them, or they probably are they them, tell his boss what you think about what he did. And I'm not saying go and be weird and do none of that stuff. I'm saying here is a public record number to leadership that represents the people. And if you live in Arizona and this is your representative group, don't mind calling them and letting them know what you think about what that guy did and demanding that he's held accountable. That's all I ask. If I was working for somebody and I wouldn't call a woman that because I don't like what she said or what they represent, I should lose it all. It's unacceptable. How are you that mad at somebody for supporting ICE and these ICE agents ain't done nothing? That's like taking a picture with a black man and you mad because he black. And people get to scream at you because you took a picture with a black person. Every ICE agent is not the same. They don't even have the same assignments. But I'm going to finish the show strong with some more lunacy from the left. I just want to play so you guys know who is stupid in our society. People talking about Minnesota, people talking about that shooting. I want you to see them and mark them for who they are. Roll the clip.
How do you do that without throwing out everything, though? Because there are clear policies here. The border numbers that Trump has achieved, that's something obviously that Americans are in favor of, even if they aren't in favor of the tactics that we're seeing in the city. How do you thread that needle and make sure you're not turning people off and you're actually listening to people
Americans
on the whole
want
picture?
borders. Yeah, Americans want border security, Brandon. You're absolutely right. And I support that. And having resources at the border and having more asylum judges, to process the outstanding cases, absolutely. We should keep doing that. But this is about what's happening inside our country. And this ICE, as it exists, is unworkable. And so my advice to ICE, frankly, is quit. Walk away. Do it now before you shoot in the face another mom of 3. This ICE is unworkable, and it needs to be completely crushed and reshaped with a mission.
Or chata up. We got breaking news, but before I get there, like, do y'all not see how they say mother of 3, and not that she's on a patrol watch, blocking the street and intercepting ICE agents? Why don't you say the whole thing? We know why, you stupid. All right, let me move on. Here's some breaking news. Y'all have not seen this anywhere but right here first. We live. So this is what Mr. Wussy was doing before he got smoked like a brisket. And let me tell y'all this. When y'all see Kristi Noem them saying the things that they say, a lot of times before y'all get on the bandwagon of being weird, a lot of times they know more information than you think they know. And they always know more information than you know. It's just that in the past, they let a lie go around the world for 2 years before they ever give you evidence. But here is Alex Pretti destroying vehicles before his altercation. And you tell me this raggedy hobo was out there just protesting with a gun and magazines on him. What was he out there doing? We see now. Roll the clip.
This is a moment the news movement filmed on January 13th in Minneapolis, showing a man who appears to be Alex Pretti interacting with federal immigration agents 11 days before Border Patrol shot and killed him.
Come on, give me the screen. Pause. I give a less about him now. What are you doing? Just like the other dummy. Running out there. It's fun and games, ain't it? You better get a big boy, you better get a sandwich. I love you. I really like you. And then you hit somebody, they kill you. Then he out here supposed to be a nurse, and he destroyed. You got no business doing that. I'm just out there protesting with a gun. Go back and show what he did. It's 3 minutes. We're going to play the whole thing. That's what. How do you feel sorry for somebody like that? You had no business doing. This is when you F around and you find out. You out here kicking cars with a gun. You big? Are you big and bad now? I'm just asking. Y'all got to stop playing. This is not a game. These politicians getting y'all killed. It's not a game. These people ain't playing with you. This is real life. You're going to F around and find out. You doing all this with a gun. And then you go and get in the altercation and it goes south. Now you dead. But then you were doing this. Roll it.
Alex Pretti interacting with federal immigration agents 11 days before Border Patrol shot and killed him. Our footage was analyzed by the BBC, whose facial recognition
play the clip. Roll it.
Technology confirmed his identity to a 97% degree of accuracy. On the morning of January 13th, our team received a tip that federal agents were blocking a street at the corner of East 36 and Park Avenue in Minneapolis. We arrived around 10:15 a.m. We saw observers shouting at the agents as they walked back to their vehicles. When they started driving away, the man kicked their taillight.
He just want to help people, right?
An agent then got out of the vehicle, grabbed him, and pushed him to the ground.
With a gun. He got a gun on him.
During the altercation, agents fired tear gas and pepper balls into the crowd. They continued to hold the man down before they retreat, and he walks away.
What a good nurse. All he was doing was protesting.
The man in our footage is wearing a similar outfit to what Pretti was wearing on the day he was killed. What appears to be a gun is also visible above his waistband.
So hold on. Don't this change the narrative? Visible gun. They didn't shoot him there. Keep playing it. We got about a minute left on that clip. with a gun on him. That's what you get. I don't know what else to say. You that ignorant, you gonna fight them with a gun on your hip?
Here, he continues to stand at the scene.
They should have shot him right there. They didn't even shoot him. With a gun.
On the day he was killed, the Department of Homeland Security claims Pretti, a 37-year-old ICU nurse, approached officers holding a handgun.
Whoa.
That claim has been contradicted by analysis of bystander videos from multiple news investigations, which concluded that Pretti was holding a phone, not a gun, when he was pinned to the street.
Yeah, maybe they thought it was a gun. Why would they think it's a gun? Because you out here running around acting a fool with a gun on you. Time out. I don't know if most people are completely retarded or not, but I don't understand. Like anybody I got my gun on me right now. I carry it everywhere I go. I just don't see a scenario where I'm getting in altercations with police officers and I know I got a gun on me. Like you're begging, shoot me, please. You're begging me, something go wrong in this scenario where I'm now subject to getting shot because all of it takes is a reasonable person to believe that their life is in danger. I'm getting shot. If I want to go out and confront ICE peacefully, I'm not going to carry my gun. What scenario am I going to use my gun in that protest? I'm going to use my gun against ICE? What scenario would necessitate me to use deadly force against ICE? What scenario, bro? With extra magazines. He brought extra ammo. He planned to get in a shootout with ICE. You cannot make this stuff up, man. And I know people tell me I shouldn't like gloat or be a certain way about this man, but these type of people are the reason why we have chaos in the world. These type of people play with their lives and put agents in danger so they can go viral and make a point that ain't even real. These guys are executing warrants of criminals that have been deemed criminals in the criminal justice system. The arrest warrants are signed by a judge. They are coordinate efforts to execute these arrests. That's why they're blocking intersections and doing other things. These guys are not randomly walking down the street just blocking traffic because they think illegal Mexicans on the side of the road. Everybody and their mama know that's not how it operates. It's not efficient to operate that like that, and nobody's doing that. These guys are literally operating based on a search warrant and evidence of a crime, and they're pursuing that. And these dumb liberals get out on the side of the road and they attack people. Like, why are you kicking the vehicle? All right, let's get to some of these dumb leftist clips that I was going to get to before I got to that dummy doing that. Here's Charlemagne with his dumb sorry self. Roll the clip. Roll it. Nick don't know how to roll it. He's filling in. Pressure's on, Nick. Pressure's on. Pressure's on. Oh, technical difficulties. Ain't no technical difficulties.
I'm going to tell y'all something, America. I don't know how dark or how bad things are going to get, but I keep hearing people referencing 1940s Germany. But I want y'all to remember something when you are bringing up that history. The Nazis ultimately lost. Nazi ideology was outlawed through denazification. One day we will see the demagification of this country. It will come. And you know what else happened? Leaders of the Nazi regime were prosecuted and tried as war criminals.
Nazis? You are comparing the Trump administration to Nazis? I don't know if they know what Nazis were and what they represented and what they did and what they were able to do because they were in a different government system. Donald Trump has only been in office for not even 2 terms. And he's now compared to Hitler. Donald Trump has support from all sides. You know what's funny is that these people are claiming that ICE is going after black and brown bodies, but the only people they killing are white people. That ain't even illegal. The only people getting killed by ICE is white citizens who are woke and stupid. That's trying to run them over and fighting them with a gun in their hand or gun in their possession. Let me make this very clear. I was on Piers Morgan putting belt to rear end. And people try to make the point of, what, you can't carry a gun to a protest? Matter of fact, you can carry a gun anywhere you want. Nobody will even know, right? And they should never know, unless you need to use it. But you're stupid enough to fight people at a protest with a gun in your hand. Like the federal agents, not random people, federal agents. Y'all gonna learn. Let's go to the next person. P. Booty Snitch. I want you, when you look at his face, I want you to know that there's a man that's on his back every night. There's a man that's sleeping with him every night or every other night. When he go to bed at night, he's in the bed with another hairy, stinky, musty man, and they cuddling every night. How do you respect a man that's bumping beards with another man? It's weird to me. And I don't know what's going on in your mind that as a man, you can lay up with another man. I want to frame that before you listen to what Pete is saying. What is going wrong in your mind that you in the bed with a hairy leg, stinky, dusty, bearded guy, and y'all cuddling at night? Something ain't, I can't listen to a man that doing that every night. I'm just throwing it out there, man. I'm not trying to, y'all can do what y'all want to do in your life. But I can sure make a comment about it. And when I look at this man, I'm like, could he be a leader? Something off. This man kissed another man. Play the clip.
Hi, it's Pete. And for the millions of Americans who have been making your voice heard, I want to recognize just how much of an impact that's having. I know that for all of us concerned with this administration's abuses, it's been an especially bleak couple of days since we learned of the killing of Alex Pretti.
Before I let it go, do y'all ever have a problem with looking at this man and being like, he wants to be a leader, but he never let another man get on top of him? How you let another man on the back of you, bro? That just, like, you lose your manhood. I don't know, maybe some gay dudes out there that's like macho. But like when you let another man hop on top of you, bro, and I'm supposed to respect you and be like, yeah, man, he's a strong leader. Another man is dominating you. That's like, are you doing it to him? One of y'all doing something. That's like me going to the jungle, going to the African plains, and I see a male lion with a big mane. He just going, He run over to his pride, and another male lion get on his back and start hunching on him. Now, which male do you think you respect after that? I can't. Bro, you ain't the man no more. You ain't the man no more. That other man is the man now. What are y'all doing? And let me say this, man, because I know some people, they feel offended. I'm just telling you, man, like, that's got to be a weird situation for you to be like that. That's why Pete Booty Snitch and all these other dudes, I can't take them seriously. All right, let's go to Jimmy Kimmel. I got 3 clips, and we're going to get up out of here. Roll the clip.
If our leaders are intentionally creating and encouraging violence and fear,
watch this,
then
Lucy.
I hope you will also agree we need new leaders, because these are not leaders. And
look at him. He's gripping his crossface.
And to the people of Minneapolis, to the Pretti family and the Good family, and these people who were looking out for their neighbors, we want you to know that we are with you and you are not alone.
What a platypus. Pause it. How are you emotional about the Pretti family? You don't even know them. You don't know any people. You crying about that guy that was kicking the back of that truck? and spitting on ICE agents, you crying over that guy. But you didn't cry when Charlie Kirk got killed, did you? He was assassinated in brutal fashion. You didn't cry one time, did you? When Laken Riley got killed, did you cry when Laken Riley she got murdered? She got raped and murdered. You didn't cry at all during that, did you? I wonder why. When Barack Obama was in office deporting all these people and separating families and had kids in cages, you didn't cry one time, not that I saw. You wasn't emotional about anybody's family then. There was multiple people that died in the custody of ICE when Joe Biden was in office. You didn't cry not one time then, did you? All the kids that are sex trafficked over the southern border because of illegal immigration, you didn't cry one time for none of them. I ain't seen a black man that died that you cried for unless he popular. Where is your selective outrage? Fake. These people are fake. They're liars. They're devils. They have Trump derangement syndrome. They hate Trump so much they're willing to cry for people they never met. Next clip.
These are not normal times, and it's like we have extrajudicial like assaults on Americans and humans going on a daily basis now, and it's not okay. And even though all people kind of have to put one foot in front of the other and deal with the demands of the day, we cannot act like this is not happening. And I think I think what they're doing in Minnesota with the strike needs to expand. I think we should be talking about a national.
All right, I'm done with this fool. I want y'all to put this in perspective. ICE has deported 600,000 people. 99.9% of the people that have been killed in one city. They're deployed in all 50 states, and almost 100% of the people that have been killed is in one state. I think 100% of the people that's been shot has been in one state. You know, they're terrorizing the whole country, but 100% of the people and 99.9% of the people, or at least 100% of the people that have been killed, I guess. I think somebody got killed somewhere else, but at least 99.9 to 100% of the people that have been killed in one city. Not one state. I mean, not just one state, one city. It's dwindled down to one city. Don't you find that to be interesting? Only in one city, but the rest of the country is fine. All right, let's get to Stephen A. Smith. Now, I love Stephen A. I just want to critique it a little bit. All right, Stephen A., I know you for real. I can text you. But I just want to critique for the show. I may not even make this a video. I just want to critique for the show what Stephen A. Smith said, because I think that Stephen A. needs to talk to somebody like me. Roll the clip.
Let me say this. The GOP is in a world of trouble. If ever there was a time where his time is in trouble, his presidency is in trouble, it is now. It is now. Did you watch the videos, ladies and gentlemen? Because I did about 12 times. You know what I saw? I saw 4 people, 4 law enforcement officials on top of Alex Pretti. And somehow, some way, they felt endangered so much that they stepped back and pumped 9 bullets in him and shot him 9.
Time. Stephen A., what you're missing is the gun. I don't know if he missed this part or not. They didn't pile on top of him and step away and shoot him. There was a gun introduced. There was a gun in the fight. They stepped away because they were yelling, gun, 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 gun. And with his mannerisms and behavior, it was reasonable to believe that he was armed and dangerous and an imminent threat. And that's why they shot him. They didn't shoot him because he's white. They didn't shoot him because he's illegal. They didn't shoot him because they fight with him, because they was fighting with him before he ever got shot for a period of time. They shot him because a gun was introduced in a scenario that ended up resulting in his death. Keep going.
9 times. This ain't 50 Cent we talking about from many, many years ago when you heard all of this stuff about he got shot 9 times. Oh, no. He's alive and thriving. Actor, producer, musician, whatever. Alex Pretty's dead. Done. Gone. Ain't coming back. He was killed. He was a nurse.
And a criminal.
He was also an American citizen.
He was a criminal.
The Trump administration is in trouble.
Is that a
over
relapse?
this issue? The optics have been bad for a while. But now it ain't just about optics. It's about real lives. And it's about ICE agents looking very, very bad, either untrained or vicious.
Pause. It's only this way because people are uninformed and also biased. The ICE agents didn't do anything wrong, in my opinion. When you look at it, you're looking at it 45 times, 12 times. They experienced it in the moment. You're looking at angles that don't come from their eyeballs. You don't know what they were seeing. You see what the camera's seeing, but you don't know what somebody's seeing out of their two eyeballs. You don't know what they feel. You don't know what they're hearing. All of those things come into consideration when they're determining if somebody is justified or not in the shooting. Can somebody please address what Pretti was doing? Because if ICE was just killing people, they'll be shooting hundreds of people a day. People that are introducing threats to ICE become victims. And not everybody, because ICE agents have been shot. ICE agents have been shot at. They've been brutalized. They've been assaulted. They've been knocked unconscious. They've been hospitalized. And none of those people have been shot. It's the ones that have become a present threat. The danger is quit going out there messing around because you're going to cause somebody to get killed. That's what that is. All right. I'm done with the show today. Stephen A., you should have me on to talk about it. I'll text you. But make sure you go on to TatumStore.com. Make sure you follow me on social media at The Officer Tatum. Also on the Substack, also on the podcast network. And go to Freedom Chat. Check out the Freedom Chat, end-to-end encrypted communication. And also I have a special channel on Freedom Chat. If you like bourbon and you're not a weird person that think you're holier than thou and think that it's somehow against God for you to have a sip of bourbon, if you're not one of those people, then go to verdictreservespirits.com and get you some before it runs out. And pre-order, we already sold past, I think almost 2/3 of our inventory. And we're going to have to restock. But then there's a waiting period to restock. So I want you guys that want the product to go get it now before we have to restock the product, all right? I love you guys. We'll see you on the next one. God bless you. God bless America. I'm out of here.
Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.